Hello and welcome back to CDM Plays Tavern Talk. It's been a few days. Apologies if you are catching up and this won't make much sense to you. Just to let you know, I've altered some of the some of the settings in OBS, so I may sound a little bit different from the last few episodes. Hopefully not too much. It should be okay. It's also been a few days since I last played Tavern Talk. I hate it when YouTubers do this. I really do. However, so yeah, it's been a few days. I may have forgotten some of the voices. So if people's voices change, I do apologise. It's because a few things have happened in between recording sessions. So, yes. Anyway, that's my excuses out of the way. Let's dive straight back in because we want to start that, don't we? So we got up to, that's 5, 6. Let's just double check if there's any later ones. There's 7 there. And 11. It's going to be the 11, isn't it? Trouble in Paradise. Yeah, 19th of the 6th, 17th of the 6th, 17, 19/6. Yeah, that was in on a live stream. Yeah, so we got up to this one, I believe. Act 2, Starlight Sonata. 11, Trouble in Paradise. I believe that's where we are. If not, this is where we're starting from. So let's start the day. Where's the mouse going to go? Just off the screen there, I think. Oh, she's taking the quest. Good morning. Not that end. Oh, is it space? It's space, isn't it? Bear with me. Move the microphone. There we go. Good morning, Clay. Did you sleep well? Oh, I did. It took ages. Hang on, she's a bit deeper, isn't she? It took ages for you to fall asleep. There she is. I think that's her. I was too excited thinking about our adventure. But I slept really well. Happy to hear that. Tia, did you sleep? She passed out right after she had some soup. I hoped that Lady Cassiopeia would send me signs for my divine mission in my dreams. And did she? I don't remember. Sounds like you slept well then. Anyhow, I see you had time to prepare the quest. Wonderful. Let's get started. Let's take this one step at a time. Clay, I was looking forward to some soup. Then I hope you like lentils. I left some with your purple friend and told him to keep an eye on it. Purple friend. Wait, is that Andu? Well, I hope Andu enjoyed the soup, if it was Andu. Thank you for feeding my familiar, Clay. Of course. Did you two enjoy your soup? Very much. Clay is quite a talented chef, even though eating it did make me very tired. Tia is a very good cooking companion. It took a while to make, so we had lots of time to talk. It was nice. What did you talk about? Friendship bracelets, I hope. What cheekiness is this, Innkeeper? What's going on? Not quite. Many things. Like I thought it'd be fun to make her niece one of the little dolls my granny taught me to make. The ones with the flower dresses and mini axes. Perfect for every little girl. I don't have siblings or cousins, but Tia said she's going to make little star lamps for my parents' garden. What's that so? He offered to cook for my family. and I can't offer to cook for his. My cooking skills are unimportant to my destiny. But I thought if I were to visit, it would be appropriate to bring some sort of thank you gift. And who wouldn't want some stars in their garden, especially now? Yes, the stars have fallen. Well, that sounds lovely. Have you ever visited the Highlands before? No, not thus far, though I've always wanted to. Our snow dragon building competitions are famous. Don't know where that famous came from. I've never heard of those. Oh. But they do sound intriguing. When I was young, one of my favourite stories the Elysium told me was that of the ever-burning flame. It is said to have been a gift from Leviathan to the first mortals. Along with it, he bestowed the power of elemental manipulation upon his chosen. I vaguely recall there being some other version where one of his guardians stole the flame from him instead. Blasphemous hearsay is all of that is. We should be thankful for the gifts he has given us. I've always wanted to pay my respects to the flame, and it just happens to still be burning in an ancient temple in the Highlands, keeping the hope of Asteria alive for eternity. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in person sooner rather than later, and with a local guide no less. Oh, room unlocked. I've never visited it before either, but I once went to the Autumn Glow Festival in Varika. You can see the temple from here. The Autumn Glow Festival? What's that about? I'm sure he can tell you all about it another time. Please, let's get back to the quest. Okay, dear. I have one more question. Fine, one more. Ooh, here we go. I can ask her what her favourite colour is, what her favourite food is, or what her favourite animal is. What's her favourite animal? Because food might be soup. Why? I'm curious. I'm not sure. I've never been asked that before. You don't know what your favourite animal is? No. Do the dragons count? Not sure if you want to call a dragon an animal. You're right. That would be blasphemous. It would also be correct. And funny, but their egos wouldn't take it. Tia, we have to figure out what your favourite animal is. Why? It doesn't matter. Of course it does. Getting to know yourself is one of the most wonderful experiences in the universe. I like Clay. I know myself. I don't think you do, love. And yet you don't know what your favourite animal is. Don't worry, we'll figure it out together. Doesn't that sound fun, dear? It doesn't. But, ooh, new information. Thank you. Of course. Now, the quest. Of course. Should I add a quest about finding out about what your favourite animal is? Innkeeper, you are so teasy. Yes. No. Don't worry, Innkeeper. I'll put one together myself. Thank you, Clay. So I'm assuming you're going together? Look at his face. He's so cute. Unfortunately, I was going to go alone, but Clay insisted on coming along. Why is that unfortunate? It's a very dangerous quest, and he is not practiced in the ways of a divine warrior. Could you imagine if he tried to befriend some bleak stalkers? That'd make for a fun story, I think. But If you really want to do this alone, you could just go by yourself. Having to think. Who would make us up then? Exactly. That does make sense. Plus, I needed to meet those bleak stalkers. I've never seen any before, and I can't wait to find out what they like to eat. Probably Clay. You. They like to eat you. Only if they're hungry. Could you at least try to be reasonable? I am. Local creatures can be very helpful. I know they can be dangerous too. Of course, it's important to have your guard up so you can defend yourself if they're scared. Generally, if you approach anything non-violently, they'll like you more. Maybe the innkeeper can give us some extra charisma too, so we can convince them to help us out. I could offer you some honey flowers as well. They can be very inspiring, even to bleak stalkers. I think so, at least. I've never tested that one out, actually. We could test it out for you. Nonsense. We need to head into this knowing we'll have to fight our way through. The name Bleak Stalkers doesn't exactly inspire confidence in their hospitality. Not to mention, there could very well be many more dangerous monsters roaming the abandoned Everbloom. We need to refresh our strength and hope that our mortal weapons will be enough to damage them. If that's of concern, I could offer you some citron. It's infused with divine properties that bless your weapon strikes. With little help from the dragons, no creature should be able to withstand you, no matter how bleak. Citron can only be found deep within the Forbidden Valley. How would you even have access to that? Oh, you know. No, I don't. Anyway, I think both of your strategies could work. Strength and citron will let you fight your way through any danger in no time. But the right mix of defense, charisma, and honey flowers might offer some more unconventional solutions. Can you help us decide? I don't want to argue. Sure. And by helping to decide, can you come up with the ideas for us? Okay, so it was we can do a sword with the infusion of the dragon, or that looks complicated. Shield, one or two of those, three of those. Okay. Interesting. So if I was to do that, I'm pondering that one first. How would I? Because I could just do Southern Brawler for that one with the infusion of the dragon, the citrine. That would have to be probably that, and then the infusion would be that one. Do we ask them to fight or talk their way? They're both very capable warriors. Maybe we ask them to. Maybe we get them to fight their way through. I think they're both very capable warriors. And then the infusion. Oh, the infusion was the dragon. Let's look that up. Oh, it's a citrine. Of course it is. It's this one. So we'll pop that in there. Yeah, so it gives one defense, which is what we need. So we just need one of the charisma. Look. It goes. Okay, one more charisma. There he is, so that matches there. And then 2 strength. There he is, Southern Brawler. We'll do that. That'll do us. Ta-da! And because Clay's drinking, I'm drinking. I think Tia is right. This is an extremely dangerous undertaking, and an important one, it seems. You should be able to defend yourselves actively, and not just passively. Plus, a little blessing from the dragons can't hurt. But what about the creatures? They might just be misunderstood, like that whale was. They're known as nightmares that attack any travellers that stumble across them. I don't wish to understand their violent reasoning. Most importantly, they should allow us to investigate the archives without having to run from their detection. That's what matters. I guess, if it means we can help more people in the end. It's so sad. It does. Thank you for your help, Innkeeper, but we shall get going now. Indeed. Wait, why are you in such a hurry? Excuse me, that'll be the drink coming back up. Yesterday I met Fable at the farmer's market, and they helped me pick out the right vegetables for the soup. And then they invited me to their barbecue on the 31st of Cassiopeia. So we need to make it back in time for that. You can always leave early if it takes too long. And what about you? What about me? You're also coming? I have to work. You also have to eat. Oh, wow. Okay, so my options are saving the world is bound to make you hungry, or she's right, that's a waste of time. My gosh. Wow. I think I'm gonna go for saving the world is bound to make you hungry. And you might even have fun. Who knows? I will consider it. Let's hurry then. Let's. Innkeeper, can you let Fable know we'll be back in time? Of course. I'll let them know as soon as they grace my tavern with their presence again. Yay. Oh yeah, Grace should know too. I think she's bringing her famous fortune nuggets. I'll tell her as well. I wish you a successful quest. It shall be. Oh, she's off. See you soon. Bye, Clay. Good luck. Eee. Archie! Greetings, Innkeeper! Hello, Archie. Good to see you again. It's always a pleasure to be here. It makes me feel like I'm a part of something bigger already. I'm glad to hear that. Speaking of which, were you able to help those farmers out? Oh yes, talking to Fable was truly inspiring. They were so right. Farmers really had no interest in gold or other riches. So instead, I helped them with reconstructing their land, barns, houses, with my own 2 hands. I even got some blisters from it. Remnants of my first ever heroic deed. Very exciting and painful. Now that I think about it, do you have a recipe for a drink that could help out in this specific situation? I want to be able to help every single farmer with ease. I want to lift the heaviest logs and steel myself with the most stubborn splinters. You're right, a drink like that is still missing from my recipe book. Let me think of something. Ah, thank you, dearly. Ooh, a recipe unlocked, steel tonic. When I was making my way to your tavern, I walked past an astounding duo of adventurers. A stunning seraph and a massive half-giant. They were so utterly impressive. He's got stars in his eyes. I aspire to be like them someday. It feels like I'm in a book, like I delved headfirst into one of the stories in my bookshelf. Magic and adventures surrounding me with every step, and unknown lurking dangers in the shadows. This is all so exciting. But now I'm just daydreaming. Originally I came here seeking one of your magical drinks. Of course. Oh, what would you like? Preferably something that will help me defend myself from devious dangers, like splinters in my hands. The drink I had last time did... Well, I presume did something, but those splinters were a real nuisance, I'll tell you that. I got you, don't worry. So, maybe we try this steel tonic that's just turned up. What is it? Let's have a look at it. Where is it? There, steel tonic. With the steel tonic running through your veins, you can become the buff party tank of your dreams. Whoop whoop! Its cooling qualities mixed with a surprisingly spicy aroma boost your vitality to new heights and leaves you impenetrable to damage. That is, if they're even fast enough to hit you. Ooh, yeah, why don't we try that? Okay. We could try it. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh, okay, we need an infusion for steel tonic. So I need an infusion that gives swift or swords or steel. Not that one. Maybe that one? No, that's double negative on the sword. Maybe that one? Maybe. No, maybe. Nope. Chilies? Well, we could do the chili. Because that would be plus on there, and then it would just be 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be enough. Yeah, we'll give him some chilies. So I'll do a swift. 1 swift. So that puts us up to here, and then we'll do 1 more in here of that one, and then the rest defense. 1, 2. There we go. Steel tonic. Let's try it, see what happens. And because Percival is drinking, oh no, Archie, sorry, why do I keep calling him Percival? I'm taking a drink. There we go. Hey, protection against your arch nemesis, splinters. Here you go. Time to try. Ha! I can already feel my skin growing tougher. Helping people grow calluses is my secret party trick. Maybe I should bring my friend here someday. Your drink mixing magic is quite peculiar, really. Oh, your friend? Is he from Windmore as well? That is correct. I've known him since we were kids. Mostly due to our parents being of similar wealth and influence. I think we were kind of chosen to be friends. We decided to write each other letters when he's not here in Zenith. He's actually in a kind of dire situation right now. You see, he's a diplomat, deeply involved in the whole Dira mainland negotiations. Due to him nearly getting kidnapped during his last business trip to Diria, he decided to fire his entire personal security crew. If you ask me, his reaction was a little over the top, but I don't interfere in his decisions, so... Now he doesn't even have any bodyguards. I would like to help him. I'm trying to read and move my head in an archy way. But honestly, I have no clue what I should do. He definitely doesn't need any money, just like the farmers didn't. He's got more than enough of it as it is. Looking for some. Well, I mean, if you're brave enough, you could volunteer to be his bodyguard. A splendid idea. I like how you think, innkeeper. But I don't know if I'd be strong enough. Even with your magically infused drinks, he might need more protection than I could offer. Well, I still do that thing with the quests. Oh, you're right. I could just hang up a quest on your pin board. And then some brave adventurers will offer to help us out. My friend means the world to me. I would never forgive myself if something happened to him. So you're looking for the best bodyguards in Zenith? Absolutely. Well, I already have some folks in mind that are more than qualified to do the job. Let's just hope my quest writing skills are enough to attract just the right people. Do you write a lot? No. Yes. Sometimes. I love to write the... Oh, I really nearly misread that. I love to write stories about cunning and courageous adventurers. Somehow they always manage to get me out of the most dreadful situations by cheating death multiple times. But that's... well, writing doesn't really fit the image of a heroic adventurer himself, does it? Why would I dream of other people's journeys if I could live the tales myself? You do have a fair point. Also, it's always easier to write about things you've experienced firsthand. Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait to see my friend again and help him out. Oh, where did that come from? I'll be more prepared. Fable also offered to teach me how to use a bow. How could I say no to such an enchanting, enticing offer, getting taught by the Fable of the Ashen Grove themselves? It's more than I could ever have dreamed of. They also mentioned a friend of theirs, an imposing Vugakin lady named Kerlin. Do you know her by any chance? Oh, Lynn? Yes, I know her quite well. Oh, she's quite the local legend. She's a regular. She's quite the local legend. Oh, I misclicked. What? Oh, well, she's a regular. A regular? Oh, innkeeper, you're just full of surprises. This tavern is full of hidden treasures. Apparently, Lady Kerlin is bored because her newest protege is on a mission and hasn't returned yet. So she'll be joining my training with Fable. Oh, you're in for a ride. How thrilling! I nearly can't contain my excitement. But for now, I've got to think of the right words for the job posting. And don't worry about that. Assembling quests for patrons is one of my services. Really? That would be so helpful. I got you. You'll have the perfect crew of bodyguards for your friend assembled in no time. Trust me. Thank you so much. And also, thank you for the drink. Coming here is always a delightful source of inspiration. I'm always happy to help. Until then, innkeeper. See you next time, adventurer. Up he goes. Oh, hello. Hey, how's it going? Hello. Come on in. This is a cute little tavern. I'm not gonna lie, wasn't that convinced from the outside, but the interior is really adorable. I'm glad. Are you accustomed to more opulent exteriors? For sure. I do enjoy the cosy feeling of a simple tavern. You know, it's good being away from the hustle and bustle of the big city sometimes. I get that. Are you new in town? I am. How'd you know? It's been a while since I last saw a phantasm around here. That's all. Just took a guess. Oh, a phantasm. Ah, I see. I came here straight from the capital. Just needed a moment to breathe. You get me? Oh, I do. That's why I settled here on the outskirts of Zenith. This town is big enough for me to never run out of work, but small enough to not feel overwhelmed. Yeah, exactly. Oddest noise outside. So, you run this business, innkeep? Correct. Just me, my familiar in this tavern. Oh, and all the regulars that come here, of course. Of course. And with whom do I have the pleasure today? Perhaps one of my next regulars? Who knows? Maybe. The name's Voyage, but you may call me Avoy. Blowing a kiss. Ugh. Alright, boy. I got it. What can I do? Oh, sorry, it's me. What can I do for you today? Well, I mean, a drink would be the way to go, I suppose. Wait, don't tell me you haven't heard of me. Not yet, I'm afraid. Nope, no idea. I suppose I should have? I'm the boy, the famous bard. Ring any bells? Nope. I think I've disappointed him. Well, I guess you'll have to get to know me then. And what better way to do so than the fine drink made by the finest innkeeper? You're a real sweet talker, aren't you? Oh, he's blushing. I guess I am. Yeah. Is there something specific you would like? No. Surprise me with something that'll make me even more irresistible, like a real Prince Charming. Charming, hey? Oh, okay. Boy, was it Sunny Breeze? Sunny Breeze is nice. What was the original? Was it Spoken Heart? Yeah. Great for bards and emotionally repressed individuals. Very popular among bards and rangers. Maybe we could do that. Yeah, maybe we do Sunny Breeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to have to infuse it with something. So we need something that gives plus... Oh, it would give 2 plus to there, so we wouldn't have to do that. Yeah, we could do that one. Infuse it with that, so that gives us the 2 there. We just need 1 in the Swift. In the Dex. There we go. And then we just need the rest in Charisma. 1, 2, 3. And we've made a Sunny Breeze! Thanks, Andu! And because Voy is drinking, I'm going to drink as well. It is just water. And may this drink give you an untwistable silver tongue. Let's have a try. Oh, this is good. Nearly as good as my musical talent. I have a feeling this drink might influence your next performance. Will it boost my charisma even further? You'll have to wait and see. Let's just say you might want to come back afterwards to get another drink. Oh, now you're teasing me. How about you tell me more about you now? Didn't you want me to get to know you better? Innkeeper, are you flirting? Hold on tight to your counter, Innkeeper, because I'm about to knock your socks off. Bring it on. So, right in front of you is the one and only Voy. Traveller of lands, stealer of hearts, and the most famous bard in all of Faerzia. Not only because of his immaculate talent, but also because of his good looks, I might add. I'm fairly impressed. Of course you are. Might I ask for an autograph later then? But what brings you here, boy? As I said, I just needed a breath of fresh air. A short break from the city. Is he running from something? Is it hard being famous? Not really, no. Maybe a bit. Sometimes. But making music and performing is my job and I absolutely love it. So it's not a big deal, really. It just makes me cherish the quieter moments. Makes sense. Wrong voice. Makes sense to me. Oh, some new information. Would it be cool if I kept you in your little familiar company for a bit? Absolutely. And make yourself known. Nice. I think Boy is running. I don't know if he's running from something, but I just don't think he. Oh, I recognise this. Oh no, this is a real person. I can't do the voice. I'm gonna have to do a normal voice. I can't do Quincy's voice. Hello there, traveller. What can I get you? Usually it's my role to ask that, but given the circumstances, I'll humour you. Well, this is my tavern, and it has come a long way. Love the colour of the walls. A new coat? It's been a good few years since my last renovation. But yes, I thought it was time to accept some change into my life. Also, what is life if not the constant changing of the self? Ooh, deep. How I miss your endless wisdom, Quincy. I can only imagine, innkeeper. So, if you are not on TikTok, I believe Quincy's Tavern is also on Twitch and maybe YouTube. He is an innkeeper. He I don't know if I want to say cosplays. I don't know. I think it's part of who he is now. So, Quincy is amazing. Go check them out. They dispense words of wisdom from the innkeeper setting. Yeah, I like them. I love them. I noticed Quincy was playing a Tavern Talk the other day. But yeah, love Quincy. Go check them out if you can. You look like you might need being. I'll start again. I'm starstruck. You look like you might be in need of a refreshment. How about a drink? Yeah, a long journey. Surprise me with something as charismatic as your little establishment. Okay. Let's see what we get. So, 3 crowns, that one. Charisma. We did Sunny Breeze just. So, why don't we do Spoken Heart? Let's do this one. Let's go with a simple one. So, one of these. You go in it. There we go. A defense. And then we want the rest being these guys. 1, 2, up to the top, 3. There he is, Spoken Heart. That is what we like. That is what we were making. Cool, cool. And because Quincy's drinking, I'm going to have a drink as well. There you go, liquid charisma, my speciality. This tastes magical. Seems like you've improved a great deal since last time. Well, practice does make perfect after all. Indeed. So, what brings you to this corner of the world? Ah, I'm looking for the feathers of a peculiar little bird. Would it be the raven behind me? They are said to only reside in this neighbourhood, or continent rather. And what bird? The golden loon. Ah, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but the golden loon? They're quite beautiful to behold. If I were you, I'd look for them near a big lake. That's where they usually hang out. But only in Fioza. Fioza? Hence why I came all this way. Ah, plumage of gold. Glistening in lights of day. A traveller's bold. That would be a very poetic way to greet them. Tell that to the stupid Song of Vigor Guild. They didn't like it? Nah, they don't like anything that isn't mainstream. Like subtext. But isn't that what lyrical work's all about? Pouring your heart and soul into something for others to take in? And Only if you push away the layers and read between the lines, you'll find the true meaning. Exactly my thinking. It's just that now I'm afraid that they'll laugh at me. Or remember me as a bard without a heart. Or because they don't understand. You know, there's nothing wrong with being afraid. Fear can sometimes keep us safe from danger. But something to keep in mind is that fear does not stop death. It stops life. See, I told you, Quincy's words of wisdom. Fear does not stop death, it stops life. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I've just smacked my knuckles. Do you enjoy your art? Yeah, and I want others to enjoy it too. I, for one, greatly enjoyed your Golden Loon haiku. Yeah, me too. I enjoyed that. It was fun. Oh, innkeeper, thank you. You shouldn't base your value on whether people like what you create or not. There'll always be those who don't get it, and those who find themselves in it. Do it for the people who appreciate your art, but most importantly, do it for yourself. That's one way to look at it. You know, I imagined all this so differently. Way easier, for sure. Moving from Tregarin, the smallest of towns, to the big city, I always dreamt of joining the SOV Guild. And then they promptly rejected me. But I'm Voyage, and I don't give up because of things like that. I don't need a guild to get out there and share my music. All I need is me and my Hagium? I'm not sure what that word is. That's right. I've seen many people spend too much time giving attention to those who will never understand them. My 2 cents. Live for what you believe in and allow others to make their own decisions. That's what I'm doing. Good. But unfortunately I have to leave now. Gotta find those loons before it gets dark. It was nice having you around, Quincy. Until next time, and don't forget, take care of yourself, innkeeper, and be safe out there, Voyage. You too. Bye, Quincy! It was so nice seeing you. Nice guy. Yes, he's an old friend. Oh. Didn't know you do friends. Perhaps we could be friends too, innkeeper. Not yet. Oh, no, not yet. Oh. Maybe one day. Oh, gone tonight. Hi! Welcome back. Quick! Innkeeper, your strongest drink. This is an emergency. Oh dear, what happened? It's absolutely urgent. Relationships are on the line. Not lives? Listen, innkeeper, I'll tell you the story, don't worry. But you gotta be a little patient because Buyer really needs a drink first. Yes, please. What do you need? The same as last time? I don't remember. Oh, that one was really delicious. I'd love to taste it again. Please. Got it. I'll get you something that'll make you feel as agile as a spider again. I don't remember what we gave her last time. Oh no. Agility. Agile as a spider. Okay. Oh, very swift. Is it Swift Strike? It's got to be Swift Strike. That's the only one, I think. Go on, we'll do it. Just rip the band-aid off. Let's do it. So, one of you. One of you. And then the rest are Swifties. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Swift Strike. Thank you, Andu. And because they're drinking, so am I. There you go. My strongest drink to the rescue. Thank you. This is... It is? Good. Oh, thank the dragons, that pause made me so nervous. Me too. I really thought they would mess this up. Thanks for having so much faith in me, Una. Ha! You're welcome. But Bayer, are you feeling better now? Yes. At least a little bit. That's good to hear. Please fill me on the situation now. I've never seen you this upset by it, and you have to enjoy the Bloomtide Festival every year. You're right. So, I have this group of friends. They're girlfriends. We three have been inseparable for at least a few centuries. But now... Oh dear. I don't know what noise that's going to be. It's very insensitive to ask an emotionally vulnerable and sweet girl what's troubling her, innkeeper. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I've lost Una's voice. I don't know where her voice has gone. I'm so sorry. It's okay. How about I tell them what's going on, Bayer? So you don't have to strain yourself. Thank you. Okay, so Sweet Bayer over here has had a long-lasting group of friends, right? Right. They're a trio, inseparable for at least a few hundred years. That's what Bayer said. And they're an adorable trio, might I add. The Swamp Monster, the Banshee, and the Mary Morgan. Ah, yes, the Mary Morgan. The wrathful spirit that is known to drown men. I've heard she doesn't really differentiate between genders, though. Yep, that's right. Anyways, the Mary Morgan and the Banshee are a couple. So I figured. Have been for a while. I recall them coming by once or twice. But right now, how should I put it? They're in a domestic dispute. For some reason, the two of them have completely stopped talking to each other. They even refuse to show up to Bayer's monthly tea parties, insisting they'll only come if the other isn't invited. Why? I don't know. It's like they don't like each other anymore. And soon, they won't like me anymore either. It doesn't smell like a breakup. Let's not catastrophize. I don't want my friend group to fall apart. People have always left me because I scare them. I don't want them to leave me too. Oh, room unlocked. I'm sure they won't. Say something, innkeeper. Oh, I'm genuinely stuck. Do I say don't worry? Do I placate it? I mean, even if they do break up, you'll be fine. But I don't think that's what she wants to hear right now. So don't worry, Bayer. They've been together for so long, they must have already solved numerous arguments. They'll get through this one too. They're right. They've been through worse. But what if they are wrong? What if they do break up? What if they really leave me? I just wish there was something I could do to help them. If I'm... Oh no, I've got to do this voice. Where's voice gone? If I might just add my 2 cents real quick. Hey, I'm Voy. That's short for Voyage. You might have heard of me before. I'm pretty famous. No. It doesn't ring any bells, sorry. Anyway. So, buyer, that's your name, right? Mm-hmm. What's keeping you from getting to know other people? Seems like you're really chill. Well, usually everyone's afraid of me. But the innkeeper has always been nice to me. I trust them. I don't know where the voice is going. And I've known Una for a while now. Didn't she pick endangered flowers from your backyard last time you met? Yes. The bouquet was really cute. I know, right? You meet a lot of people when you travel across the lands looking for potential clients and work. And honestly, I've seen stranger creatures than her in my years as an adventurer. Bayer's really cute under all that moss and kelp. Oh, shush. I mean, you might look a little terrifying, that's cute, true. But maybe you just have to figure out how to get through to people. I'm sure they want to be your friends. I don't know about that. Usually they try to burn me. Luckily I don't scar easily. Ooh, what a nice metaphor. Might have to use that in a new song, if you don't mind. People hurting you over and over again just because they're afraid. X is leaving you, but always manage to get over them. We always manage to get over them. It's not a metaphor. Once every few moons, people surround me with torches and pitchforks. Oh. Ah, well, that's unfortunate. You don't say, kid. But honestly, I know how you feel. Sometimes facing people is terrifying when you feel so different. But there's always someone to love about everyone, like my handsome smile or enchanting voice. Maybe people would enjoy my spa. You run a spa? That's fantastic. Yes. You should come visit sometime. Voy, that's short for voyage. Just voy is fine. Do you want to come too, Una? I'd love to, yes. There's nothing more soothing for old bones than a nice swamp bath. Giggling. You get a lot of customers? No. Oh dear. None. Maybe I can change that. Let me advertise your spa at my next performance. I would love that. Thank you. No worries, buyer. But let's get back to your girlfriends. Innkeep, don't you know someone that could help them out? This situation is kind of tricky. They might need a mediator. I can absolutely hold up a quest for you if you want. That would be great. Thank you so much. Of course, making my patrons happy is part of my job. Now who's a sweet talker, huh? But now I have to wait, right? Yes, unfortunately. How about you show us your around? Start again. How about you show us around your spa in the meantime? It would be my pleasure. Oh, new information. And once we're back, there'll be a solution for your two friends. Oh, no pressure. There's a millennium-long relationship on the line. Remember that? Absolutely no pressure. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. See you then, Inkcake. Oh no, what's he said? Yeah, see you. It's suddenly gone normal. Oh, I've got my thing pulled. There we go. Wires everywhere. Oh, I can't wait to feel how smooth my skin is after a mud mask. You think I can take my crochet hook with me? Oh, who's coming in now? Oh, are they disappearing? Oh, good. Okay. I need some new voices. So we do have 3 for the Banshee. So, in the riverbanks of the Shiver Mere hides the Mari Morgan, a wrathful spirit prone to drowning men, women, and everything in between. A banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully hyperbole. The Mari Morgan and the Banshee are a loving couple most of the time, but their current fight has their best friend Bayer very worried. There we go. Make that into a quest. The Lagoon of Tranquility. The Mari Morgan, known for a passion for drowning trespassers, and the Banshee, singer of bone-shattering songs in the lonesome lagoon, are 2 terrifying creatures in love. But because of a mysterious dispute, their relationship is on the line, and their best friend, the Swamp Witch Bayer, would do anything to keep her friend group from shattering. Couples counsellor surely needed. And then I think the next one we can do is this one. A diplomat fired his entire personal guard and is now looking for new fighters to protect him from the dangers of a business trip. Diva seems very unsafe at the moment, at least if you're cattle. A few animals have not returned home in a while. A crash of spinel rhinos collapsed a canal bridge connecting Deria to the mainland, spawning the worst thing of all, budget discussions. I think that's a quest in itself. Fatal Company. Political tension ensued when the canal bridge connecting Deria to the mainland collapsed, especially because spinel rhinos can't be held responsible. The ambassador tasked with solving this mess is a young noble, and his worried best friend insists that he is still in dire need of a new personal guard, especially since the roads are unsafe for travellers lately. If those travellers are cattle, anyway. I think that's those 2. So that is getting rid of 6 items already. Oh, hey, end of the day. Lovely. Back time. The candle? Yeah. Love it. Tinkling of bells. Here we go. Act 12. It takes 2 or 3. Have a quick drink, slurp while we start the day. Oh, we got the achievement, case closed. Bestower's Bass Detective Duo have returned. Welcome back, Melly and Malachite. John? I'm calling him Aura now. Because he's giving you migraines? No, because of his gloomy aura, of course. I love how the name changes each time. Well then, Melly, Aura, it's good to have you 2 back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars. Yes, with the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. Still not saying anything. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Aura. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not, but we were nearly burned alive. That's not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. I'm glad you made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Andu disappearing too? How about we tell you what happened in Zoford, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks? I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. Aura taught me how to be more cunning. Only the basics. No need to be so humble. You taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Melly? I want something, something that will polish my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that'll make me even smarter than I am now, so no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. Cunning and insolvable. Okay. Very, very brainy apparently. So I don't remember any of these ones, the brain ones. Oh, it might be peak sunrise. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's something I'm gonna need to use. There it is, the sparkling nebula. That's the basic one. The basics. So sparkling nebula. Here we go. Let's do this one. So it's 2 of these guys. 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3 of the brains. 1, 2, 3 intelligence. Perfect. Sparkling nebula. Thank you, Andy. Because Andy's drinking. Because Melly's drinking even. I'll drink. Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you. Let me try. Oh, this is good. I can already feel it. I'm going to be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially, I wanted to fit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now. Oh, put myself around. It would be my pleasure if it means I get to hear your story. Also, I'm longing for another one of your little secrets. Right, we made a deal. Correct. So, what will it be today? Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks now that she's linguistically invincible. So the usual. Alright, give me a second. I'll be right back. Turn around. I will keep still eventually to keep hitting things. Right, so we want that one. Which I think... where is it? Is it a spoken heart? I think it's spoken heart, isn't it? Charisma. So, one of them. Yeah. Defense. Seems to be the go-to for this. And then nearly gave them the wrong one. 1, 2, 3. Spoken heart. There we go. This should make things easier for you. Oh. I can see it in his face. Is it that bad? Huh? No, silly. He likes it. You can clearly see in the way his scarf is moving. Ah, I see. My deductive skills aren't that bad after all. You think you could teach me a thing or two sometimes? Of course. Then we will be a trio. The detective, her trusty assistant, and the curious apprentice. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this. But I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty assistant is an honourable duty. And I'm glad you came with me. Of course. Couldn't let you walk head first into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Zoford? No, don't be silly. But for a moment I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me. Right. I guess I owe you one of those now. Silence. My hair isn't actually all black. Wow. I know, that's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Anyways. But now, please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zoford. Thanks to the golden feathers, we made it to Zoford in the blink of an eye. I don't think I've ever felt that fast in my life. It was like he had the zoomies. They helped us remain unseen too. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. But those ghosts were the clue we needed. I knew we'd find something at the docks, so I made our way there. She was right. In the dead of night, just hours after we left your tavern, we spotted a peculiar dog roaming near the water. We watched it as it tried to sneak onto a cargo ship. It behaved weird, undog-like. It hid behind some barrels and kept looking left and right before it started to sneak on board. I'd never seen a dog do that before. It looked like it didn't know how to be a dog. It didn't use its nose, its ears. It was just off. We watched as one of those workers noticed the dog and scared it away. But my investigative senses were tingling. So we started asking around, as detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. A few people said they'd also seen some animals with odd behaviours. Most of them thought they had some kind of illness, like rabies, or that they were spirits disguised in animal forms sent by a sea witch. So they stayed away and minded their own business. Not very high-class detective of them, but they made for fine witnesses. Apparently there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. And we managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky, since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were a little bit wary of strangers. It also seems to be difficult for familiars to speak to people they don't know. Must have something to do with their magical magical abilities. I was trying to say magical powers at the same time, and then I read it as abilities. But with our combined charm and charisma, Aura and I were finally able to gain the trust of one of them. And they told us something strange. They said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home. I think that's called burglary. Finding his address out was child's play. Apparently he's quite popular among the people of Zoford. It just took Aura a little bit of well-executed bribery to find the mage's home. Did you take some notes? I did. Prepare yourself to be my next test subject, innkeeper. Should I be scared? I'm excited to see how much you've learned. You'll be surprised. Flabbergasted. Gobsmacked. Very well. Your drink really did wonders. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting. We snuck around looking for evidence. Maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that. And did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside were a lot of books about different kinds of animals and familiars. We figured he just loves animals, or at least needed that knowledge for something else. As any world-class detective would, I also checked his trash can. And did you find anything? Well, nothing that helped solve the case. But I did find something that you'd like between all that shredded paper. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you serve. Ooh. Ta-da! That's very useful. Silent owl. That's what I thought. Anyways, Aura and I continued our search for clues. His office also had books about common and uncommon diseases in animals, so we kind of had a connection to the reported case of rabies. I thought it was a bit of a stretch, not that I could change her mind. That wasn't all we found. Next to his desk in a small cupboard were his diaries. They were full of notes and spells that I didn't understand. Something about transmutational mutant magic. While she studied his diaries, I rummaged through his belongings and scrolls. I had absolutely no clue what any of it meant, until I found something of interest. Detailed instructions on how to unbind a familiar from their services. A thought began to manifest itself in my brain, though I couldn't quite grasp it yet. But somehow my instincts told me I had all the information I needed, I just had to stitch everything together. Kind of what I do when I assemble quests for my patrons. Exactly, but right when I tried getting to it, we heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house. We tried to hide, of course, but we hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous, so we had to be on guard. Aura hid under the table, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedge myself right on top, under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but I could still see the whole room. Good call. I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colourful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh no, not one of those again. Huh? It's nothing. Please continue. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if they didn't know how to be real animals. Like the dog from the docks. But now we had proof. The weird animals were definitely connected to the weird wizard. And as if the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. Does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done terrible things to Aura. So I meowed. Like a cat? Uh-huh. I pretended to be a cat. And somehow it worked, even though I was wearing clothes. The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His feature turned from worried to soft in a millisecond, and he said, "Oh, little rascal, how did you get in here? Did I lock you in? You must be terribly scared." And I was scared, but not for the reason he thought. So I just meowed a second time, as you do when you're pretending to be a cat. And then he said very politely, "Would you please come down here? This room isn't a place for little cats, but I can offer you a cup of milk instead." And that was a very tempting offer, so, as any cat would, I answered, "No, but I would love some chocolate milk." It's the silences. I kind of forgot that cats don't usually speak. Needless to say, his face was priceless. But then his hand started to light up again. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule in the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. That was very brave of you. That was kind of a foolish thing to do. It was very brave of you. Don't know if I'd have been so fearless. Well, I had to. The wizard turned around. He was surprised, maybe even scared, but he also wasn't ready to fire at me. Oh, but he was also ready to fire at me. I already saw my life flashing before my eyes. And before I could even think about it, I yelled. We know you don't mean any harm. You're just trying to protect those familiars, right? Apparently I hit a nerve. He stopped right in his tracks. I took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. I told him everything about the quest, the familiars, the weird dog. Usually I'm not very good with words, but well, your drink definitely did what it was supposed to. I don't know how, but I think we managed to de-escalate the situation. He looked panicked before that, as if he was being chased. Maybe he actually expected people to come back after him. Hearing all the clues out of Aura's mouth kind of flipped a switch in my brain. And I could see the truth right in front of me. Suddenly everything made so much sense. I jumped down from the shelf and began my conclusion. It is clear to me that you, the accused, do not have ill intentions. However, that does not make you innocent. You're still involved in the disappearance of some familiars. She was walking back and forth while she gave her speech. Needless to say, the wizard and I were equally confused. You're fond of animals, and as such also familiars, and while I don't know anything about magic, I have heard the term transmutational before. Who hasn't? Honestly, it's a broadly used term. That's right. That right there was a blatant lie. So I, the world's greatest detective, have concluded. You are turning familiars into animals, or at least you're making them look like animals. You were also accompanied by some of those turned familiars, and you cared for their safety. That means they are here of their own free will. So, by turning them into animals, you did them a favour. They wanted to be transmuted. But now their patrons and the other familiars can't reach them anymore. And they're worried that something bad happened to them, and that's why we're here. Case closed. That's pretty impressive. And you figured all that out by yourself? Yep. The magician was also really impressed. I totally hit the nail on the head. I explained again that we were just here to investigate. But it was also necessary for the familiars and their friends and families to talk to each other. The remaining familiars wanted an explanation, as well as their former mages. The wizard already felt guilty for doing something behind their backs, of course. It turns out the familiars were unhappy in their dragon-like bodies and much preferred feeling like real animals. But they were afraid of telling their patrons and familiar friends, so none of their remaining acquaintances knew what happened. Of course, they expected the worst. Why else would your friends just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? Yeah. But obviously none of them wanted to continue on like that, so we helped set up a meeting for them to talk it out. And that they did. All of the magicians were very understanding, if a little sad to lose their connections. The other familiars also welcomed them with open arms, even though they were a little confused at first. They needed a while to understand why their friends wanted to be animals. But I think they got it eventually. So, all in all, it sounds like a very successful quest. Absolutely. I'm glad you got to uncover the truth. Me too. The magician even decided to give us something in return for helping him. Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Oh, don't say that, it makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not. What is it then? It's a ring of beast storing, with a lost familiar inside of it. He found it a long while ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu. Melina can't take care of it. I have my sheepfish, and I have my sheepfish Rufus. Oh yes, a sheepfish. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. He might enjoy some company. So thank you two very much. Look, there he is! It's Remu! He's at the top, he's up there. There he is. I need to get back to Rufus now. He He gets lonely without me sometimes. Or is it that you get lonely without him? He's my pet. I need to take care of him. And don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. Though it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Edgy. Oh, no, don't cry, Melly. Were they also eaten by zombies? No. They were burned alive. Oh, trauma dump. Oh. Oh no. I remember it as if it was yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help. And my parents were nowhere to be found. A few of the survivors confirmed they'd seen them earlier that day. Before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was the pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments, and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives. Just like it did today. That's awful. I'm so sorry, Aura. It's alright. I bottled my emotions up and combined them into desire. For a family? For revenge. Oh. But that sounds like a lonely desire, though. And you haven't found any friends since then? No. The people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that was meant for me. Not very nice of them. But now you have me. And we're best friends now. And accomplices. And we can found our own guild. Like a detectives guild. No. Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Fioza. Fizoa. I'm sure of that. Ah, yay! Good mythical morning to you, innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. Just need to move again. Probably dead. Never mind. But that doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere also in the world. That doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. A fellow master of bribery, I see. But there's nothing more you could possibly teach me. A world-class detective like me doesn't need extra lessons in bribery. So, you're a detective? Yes. The best detective in all of Fioza, I might add. Keep putting the O and the S the wrong way around. I'm Melina, by the way, but you can call me Melly. Happy to make your acquaintance, Melly. I am Hexagon Hex, but you can call me Hex. Like, by your last name? No, Hex isn't short for Hexagon, obviously. Nah. And who's that grim-looking fellow next to you? Oh, him? They look grouchy, but they're my world-class assistant. Not by choice. His name is Aura. I'm sure it is, yes. And nice to meet you, Aura. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now? That's a tricky one. You see this little star pendant to the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the primordial sea. A silver one, I might add. One of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Ooh.
and all of his knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have to access to information that, linked to the masses, would break the order of the world. Oh, wow! But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. No. So I can't let you try on my hat without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I was the reason Fizoa's first detective went mad. Melly's not. Is Melly believing this? That's very honourable of you. But I, the great detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon Hex, are nothing but a bad liar. Haha, you are a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were oh, it's me. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, Hex. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? I must admit I considered it for a moment. No way! But I decided for myself that his words were fairly implausible. I just happened to know a thing or two about the primordial sea. I've read a few books, heard some rumours, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. Thank the dragons! For a second, I really lost my faith in you there, Innkeeper. I gotta say, you're really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you two could have told me no, though. I would have revealed my name, even without a promising magic hat on the line. Oh, but it's more fun this way. I think honesty is also a very important skill to master. Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Ah, nothing really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that flood my head with new ideas. Leave it to me. New ideas, okay. Okay, let's give this a go. So first things first. Oh, look at that silent owl, wow. Oh, that's pretty. With the silent owl, you make the night your own. Its accentuated taste and hand-selected spices allow you to become the silhouette lurking in the shadows. A quick sip of this drink will grant you the sight, strength and subtlety of a natural predator. Subtlety. Subtlety. Right, so we want something very, very brainy. I'm pretty sure that was the sparkling nebula, yeah. The distilled flavour of the cosmos, the sparkling nebula fizzes on your tongue and rewires your synapses, inspiring great ideas and even greater stories. Storytellers and scholars alike can broaden their horizons with a taste of the stars. We'll do that one. So we want 2 of these. 1, 2. There we go. And then we want 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Sparkling nebula. Sparkles! Thanks, Sandu. Ding ding. I wonder if that means anything. Anyway, and because Axe is drinking, I'm drinking too. Still some water. There you go. This should do the trick. Huh, let's see. Ah, I can already feel it. All the ideas, they're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Well, I guess we'll just have to find out. Oh, maybe you could show me a magic trick. Just to test your abilities, I mean. Oh, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. Uh-oh, Aura. No, not fire. Oh, then can you also do fireballs? I wouldn't call a fireball a mere magic trick, or like a fully fledged spell. But I can create 10 tiny frames on top of my fingertips. Oh, like cute little candles. I want to see that. I would maybe advise the two of you play with fire outside. A lot of my ingredients are very flammable. It was a really good show then. I think this somehow I'll manage to survive. Your loss. Aura, are you going with me as well? I'm good. Alright then, love. You're missing out though. Certainly. See you later. Have fun. Bye. We're going to evening? Oh no, we've gone to afternoon, I think. Yeah, it's Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Innkeep. Lynn. Is quest up for taking? It sure is. Why else would it be hanging on a quest board? Who asked you, thief? You know, by yourself? Of course. I don't do groups. Oh no, it's the two lone wolves talking to each other. Oh my gosh. This could be the most boring 5 minutes. But it could also be quite dangerous. Dyria seems to be a hotspot for danger at the moment. Do you want to come with me or what? So, spit it out, kid. No. Fine. There's nothing this greatsword can't clear through by itself. Won't need much help. Cool. Well, you always like that, Innkeep? Depends who's in the room. Oh no! Oh my gosh. So I've got where's usually or depends who's in the room. Oh, it depends who's in the room. Are you flushing or? Let's see how it is. You do? Yeah, of course I do. You're like a dragon. You barely know me, so it's obvious that you're reserved just to not expose any weak spots. But sometimes you gotta find the fine line between being reserved and being a tad too edgy. That. Can you stop psychoanalyzing me? Yes. No. Great. Not like you're right. Not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I'll pass. I won't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes. Something, you know, something for my aura. Gotcha. It's on the house this time. Something for the aura. Okay. Yeah, I think that's just going to be the spoken heart again. Yeah. Seems to be a favourite of theirs. So, one of them. Oop. One of them. I'm sure there's probably some sort of achievement for giving people other drinks. Ooh, fine, we'll do the achievements later. We're doing the story at the moment. Broken heart. Nice. Here we go. And because they're drinking, so am I. I'm going to take a bit of Pepsi this time. There we go. Thanks. That's good. Enough. Splendid. Alright, moving on. What about you, Lynn? I'd like to know more about the chasm escape that's the path to Dyria. I mean, I haven't been there yet. Oh, me neither, actually. Really? Do you think I ever leave this tavern? Probably best not to answer that. Do you have any special insights that might be useful? Not so much about the situation in Dyria itself, but bits and bobs I've picked up over the last days. Enlighten me. Well, as you might have read, travel to Dyria has become a bit of a hazard. Collapsing bridges, disappearing animals, nervous diplomats. Sounds like a haven for bandits. Among other things. Either way, I'll get that blue blood to Dyria. Of course. How about a drink to aid with the undertaking? I thought you'd never ask. Any wishes? I mean, this could go either way. Depends on what truly is going down in Derry. Timing might be important, being swift and smart about it. Evasion, that's what you call it. I might have a good infusion for that. The feather of a golden loon. A what? Oh, a rare waterfowl. Legend has it the wind still resides in its feathers, which is why they lend you its speed. Ah, intriguing. Suppose it'd be great for evasion if you added something for the brains to it. Though I'll be dealing with a diplomat, so a little additional charisma to get me on his good side wouldn't hurt either. Definitely doable. Alternatively, to be prepped for every possible situation, something to up my defences wouldn't be too bad. How do you feel about travelling under the blessing of the dragons? I'm all ears. With a little citron, your weapon strikes will be blessed, great against any bandits or bridges. Oh, unlock Lynn. That sounds like something my Baba would have chosen. Well, she'd have needed it. If the situation really is dangerous, something like that, something that'll give me more protection would be fit. If it comes with enough strength to strike back, that is. But being able to evade the threat by being smart and fast about it might be better. You know what, Inkeep? I'll let you leave the choice to you. You should know what you're dealing with. Let me think about it. You should know what you're doing. Alright, so I'm thinking we go for the swifty one, that infusion. I think Lynn's got the right idea. I don't think defense and aggression is needed. Maybe. I think we need smart and swift. So what's the swift one? Where is it? There, haste. Oh yeah, the golden feather. So it gives plus on that. Yep. It gives minus on that, unfortunately. But that's okay. So we can do the golden feather. So we're looking for something that has brains and charisma. Maybe we go more charisma than... no, we need 3 in brains. Okay. Charisma and brains. Just clicking until... there we go. So there's... no, we need something 3. Sparkling nebula. There we go. We want a 3 and a 1. Yeah, so we can do sparkling nebula. Oh, which one was it? It was the foot. Was it that? The golden loon. There. Okay, and then we do 1 in you to give us the 2 that we need there, and then we just need 3. But it's gonna have to be 4 because we already got minus 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That should match everything they want. Yeah. This is not the right drink. It has to be the recipe that fits. What? Oh. Oh. Is it not him? Oh, because he gives swift. Oh. So it's not sparkling nebula then. Darn it. Okay. So what recipe fits those with that infusion? Excuse me. Oh, we could do a sunny breeze because that would fit. And it would give an extra. We'll try sunny breeze with the loon. Ooh. Loon feather. We go 1, 2, and then 1. Maybe? It's not the right drink, it has to be the recipe that fits. Oh my. Okay. The first hour was struggling here. Okay, let's go to this. Try again. So it's got to be the feather. Has to be 3. Has to be 1 or 2. So we could because we need 3 in the brains. That one. We can do 1 or 2. So we've got the 1. It's going to be peak sunrise. Because we can have 1 or 2. Okay, 3rd time lucky. 3rd time's a charm. So 1 of the swift. Oh, thank goodness for that. It went. Oh my gosh, that was the hardest one. Okay, and because Lynn's having a drink, I'm going to take a well-deserved drink. I tell you what, I'm glad Andy's there to drink the ones I don't need. Okay, let's let wits, wind, and some other kind words guide your way. Let's. Where are you heading? Dear, some diplomat clown in need of aid. Needs some escorting of sorts. Aye, Inky. Is this the escort quest you've been offering? Yep. Bogging the crap. I've been meaning to take that one to earn a bit of coin on the side. Well, I've already committed to it. And what if I tell you that I want the quest? Well, you ain't getting it. Simple. Oh, don't fight, ladies. Could you stop me? Do you want me to try? I'd love you to. Come on now. Just go together. Who asked you? Exactly. Oh, your conversation is giving me a headache. The solution is easy as it is efficient. Go together. One takes on the big bads, the other one the small ones. Either way, you're better prepared for a fight. If it comes to it. Listen, I'm going to buy some materials for an important project. Material cost exploded ever since the stars fell. Find a side gig. You look sturdy, like you could take a few blows, so sure. Let's do it. Let's meet tonight at the crossroad in Themis. We'll leave from there. Great. I'll head to my room to start packing. And to take a nap. Those are effective after all, huh? Oh, shush. You're a brooding fella, ain't you? This is just who I am. I've met fellas like you before. You're all the same. Often you got the truest hearts of gold. Can we skip the sincerity? My headache is bad enough. Oi, innkeep. Where? Galk is talking about fireworks. He's still oblivious about what actually happened. Looks with the fools, they say. For many, it'd be easier if it had been fireworks. He keeps blathering about that letter. Oh? Have you opened it yet? No. Dreading what might be inside. Didn't have time yet. Out of time. Suddenly your lines don't sound so empty anymore. Don't think too hard about it. Archie. Think about what? Nothing. Of course not. I didn't mean to pry or anything, even though I'm very curious by nature. Good for you. I would agree. That and Wanderlust is the reason why I decided to come here. To the tavern, to Zenith, to adventure. Woohoo. Thank you. I've come to inquire whether someone has already departed on the quest to escort my dear friend to Dyria. Very much so. She's sitting right here. Where? Wow. How rude of me. Of course. Hello, brave adventurer. Rare's enough. Hello, brave Rare. You're the one who's going to escort my dear friend? Along with Lynn. That one. Oh, Kerlin. Phenomenal. I'm beyond thrilled to learn that my dear friend is going to be in such capable hands. Though, I've been wondering. Come on, spit it out. Could I perhaps join? It's totally alright if not, but this diplomat is very dear to me and it feels like my duty to aid him. Can either of them fight? Well, I can talk very well, in fact. I can fight with my words. The wolf would hate it. It's a sure thing. Come along, lad. I'll show you some tricks. We leave at midnight. Really? How exciting. Come on, let's go. Oh, how the turntables. Me going on a very dangerous and important quest instead of merely reading about it. Seems like you're on the right path for your hero's journey. Indeed, all the stories I'll have to tell when I return, innkeeper. Can't wait. Farewell, see you soon, goodbye. See you soon. I hope their quest goes well and they don't run into anything unexpected. Excuse me? What's on your mind? Are there any open quests left? There is one, but it involves social conflict resolution. Sure, whatever. You're taking it. I'm taking this. Isn't it a bit too soon to go on another quest? You just got back. At least have a long rest. Replenish some resources. I'm good. If you say so. I already paid you with the story today, so get me one of those quest drinks. Something with a little more violence. I'm not going to be doing that. Fable! Hey, innkeeper. Hey, Fable. Hey, Mal. Hi. Yeah. Never mind. Would you like a drink? Actually, I'm here for a quest. Archie told me there was still one left and I wanted to ask if I could take it. Good question, Fable. Good sound effect. Silence. I see it's on me to answer it. Aura was thinking about taking the quest. Who's Aura? John. Malachite. That guy. Oh, nice name. Thank you. But if you're already taking it, I guess I'm too late. I hope you have fun. Why don't you two go together? Together? Is that allowed? Of course. Teamwork is the adventuring world's bread and butter. Most heroic deeds are not done alone. Life would be very lonely that way. It would be, yes, so you should go on this quest together. Combine your individual strength to solve any problems better than you ever could alone. And you would get to know each other better in the process. It's a win-win. Aura, what do you think? Would you be okay with that? I guess. Would you? I think so. It sounds fun.
Cool.
It's settled then. You'll go together. If I can ask, what exactly is the quest about? Archie only mentioned there was one.
It's simple. Bayer is worried because the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon and the Mary Morgan of the Ashen Grove aren't speaking to each other. She fears the end of their relationship could also mean the end of her friendship with them. Fable was not ready for that.
Bayer is friends with a Mary Morgan. Best friends.
Ah, so we need to talk to the Mary Morgan and the Banshee. What an opportunity. I always wanted to come face to face with the embodiment of sorrow.
Don't you think that's scary?
No. You know what's scary? Failing relationships. Social fights are the most dangerous kind.
I find them less scary than wrathful spirits.
It seems like together your fears will cancel each other out. I don't know enough math to dispute that. Speaking of math-ish, how do you two want to approach this? This is not an easy task, so we must be smart about it. Do you still have any of those fey crystals? The ones that make you fade into the shadows entirely? Sure do. Good. I suggest you mix those with a hefty serving of intelligence. Ooh, okay, what are we getting here? Then we can turn invisible and come up with a clever ruse to make them fall for each other again without them ever knowing it was us. Do you want to avoid social interaction? Social interaction? Maybe. Or maybe I enjoyed the whole clever detective thing last time. Maybe. Fair enough.
I don't know, I feel like they should talk about their feelings.
What if their feelings are they never want to talk to each other again?
Then they should talk about that too.
What's the point of the quest?
I think it is. We should face the problem head on, and instead of trying to find a way to avoid it. So maybe for this one, a charismatic approach would be the better choice. And maybe, Innkeeper, Clay mentioned that you have Thunder Sage. That would help us inspire other people, right?
Correct. I'll admit it works a little differently for everyone, but I've no doubt you'll figure it out. Speaking of Clay, he wanted to tell me that he and Tia will make it back in time for the barbecue.
Really? That's amazing. Aura, you should come too. We'll be having a barbecue at the Ashen Grove Elf Settlement on the 31st. It'll be great fun, I think.
I don't think so.
Oh, alright.
I have to get back to Rufus at some point. He'll need his wool cut. Speaking of Rufus, if you're here, Fable, it's the sheepfish.
Melina picked him up. She said she'd bring him home so he has less time alone.
Great.
Was that wrong? I told her exactly what kind of food to give him in case he gets hungry while they wait for you.
No, it's fine. He likes her. They're a good match. Anyway, we should hurry, so you don't miss your barbecue.
You're right, Innkeeper. Can you help us pick the right approach? Either invisible and intelligent, or charismatic and inspiring. I trust your expertise.
Let me think about it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm leaning towards Fable's suggestion, which is the charismatic. That one. Oh, put your jaw back in place. There we go. I think the charismatic with the what was that one? That one, Thunder Sage. So it gives pluses to that and minus to that. So we could do with something. Oh, silence in the shadow. No, hang on. This one. Wait, I'm doing completely the wrong one. So yeah, okay, it doesn't affect that. Cool. So we could do a drink recipe that needs positives in there. but also charisma. We need 3 charismas. There's 3. We can't do that one because it's going to need... But we can do that. Sunny Breeze. Yeah, or a Sparkling Nebula. Oh, it's got to be 3. Oh, okay. These are getting trickier. So it's going to have to be a Sunny Breeze if we do the Thunder Sage. Is that the Thunder Sage? Yeah. Nope. Go in the jug. So we've already got the 2 in the intelligence we need. So we just need 3 in the charisma, I think. Yeah. Oh, 1 in the swift. Sunny Breeze. Oh, my gosh, that was hard. Right, because they're drinking, I'm going to take a Pepsi Max as well. There we go. Yeah, I think a direct approach is the better choice. After all, honest communication is important, right? Would you say so? Very much so. And you? I think honesty is the best approach to any situation, including this one. Agreed. I think the only question left is, where should we start? The Ashen Grove is closer. And you already know where to find the Mary Morgan. You do? Yes. I encountered her before. So she'll remember you? Useful. I hope not. Last time she tried to drown me. Oh, I see. It was pretty embarrassing. I know the way to the Banshee too. She might be smarter to start with that one further away. Work backwards and all. That makes sense. Let's do that. Good, but we should prepare first. The journey to Boreas won't be easy. You're right. We should leave tomorrow morning. We should. Wonderful. Glad to know you'll actually rest between quests, Laura. If I must. You went on a quest with Melly, right? How was it? Fine. Reminded me of my parents. Are they well? They're dead. Ah. Burned to death. Oh, I'm sorry. That's horrible. That's life. It shouldn't be. How old were you when you lost them? 7. Oh, wow. That must have been really scary. It was. Fine. It doesn't sound fine. When I was 7, I ran into a vine-spiked boar while searching for friendly rocks. It chased me through the forest for almost an hour. First I thought I was going to die, then I was sure I was never going to step foot outside again. But then when they found me crying, my family hugged me so tightly they dried up all my tears. And when I sat in my room, frozen in fear, we danced and played board games until I forgot I was even scared. I can't imagine not having that. I can. It was... Please don't say fine. Scary. Really scary. I waited at home by myself for 2 whole days. I thought the shadow was going to eat me at some point. And when I was finally brave enough to leave, it was too late. You know it wasn't your fault, right? I know I never want to feel that scared again. But it's fine, because I fixed it. Fixed it? How? By taking revenge on the person who caused their death, the inn won't allow swearing. A popular approach these days.
Did that make you feel any better?
Yeah, sure. It was just a natural part of my journey, following the path of darkness. It's my destiny. Misery is nobody's destiny.
They're right. You shouldn't confine yourself to sadness just because it's what you're used to. Besides, the innkeeper always says you can choose your own destiny. And I decided our destiny is to bring these two lovebirds back together, at least for now.
I think I need to go prepare for our treacherous journey ahead. You should let Melina know you're leaving. She'll be worried senseless otherwise. And let her know you'll be back. I might not be. Don't be like your parents. Wow. Wow. Whatever. Time to go.
Do you think I should go after them?
I think sometimes we need a bit of time to feel our feelings by ourselves before we feel comfortable enough feeling them in front of other people. That's a no, right? Give him a moment. You'll have plenty of time to be there for him when you're trying to play matchmaker for the undead.
Right. We have to do that. Which is fine. I'll be fine. The Mary Morgan probably doesn't even remember me. And if she does, I can just run or hide or cry.
No matter what, you won't be alone. I can't tell Aura... Oh no, that's Fable.
I can't tell Aura how afraid I am. It'll be so embarrassing.
If you want to be there for him, you should also let him know when you're scared. It's only fair.
I don't want to burden them with my problems.
Being a burden every once in a while is part of the wonderful experience of being loved. Your friends appreciate it when you trust them enough to let them help you. Because when you care for people, you're willing to put in a little work to make them smile. But you already know all this, don't you?
I do, but it's just so much harder to keep in mind when it comes to myself.
That is so true. It's so true. It's hard to take your own advice. Shall we say? Okay. I know. You've been doing very well, Fable.
Thank you, innkeeper. It's all thanks to you.
That isn't true. I've been trying to help you the best I can, but you're the one who actually has to change. And I'm proud of how far you've come.
Let's call it teamwork then.
Let's.
Anytime. Can I stay for a little longer? I think I need a bit more time before I can face my fears.
Always, Fable.
Thank you.
We're gonna go to dark? Yep, we've been here for a while. Lynn's back. Or is Lynn ready to go? Lynn's been for a nap. Morning. It's not morning.
Did I sleep that long?
No, it's still the same day. Nah, that makes more sense. You know when you wake up from a nap and you're like, what day is it? I think Lynn's having that issue. Not morning, Alfie.
Not morning.
How did you sleep? Not much. I think your drink made me restless.
Archie says you're going on a quest.
Yeah, Ray and I'll be escorting some rich person to Dyria. Be a little nicer, please. He's Archie's friend. Sorry. We'll be escorting some rich idiot to Dyria.
He's Archie's friend. I see. That's why he was so excited.
Because his friend's leaving? Must be really craving some peace and quiet.
Oh, no. He's excited because they get to travel together.
What? He said he's coming along. Since when? Raya invited him. Great. Is it too late to back out? No. Would you like to? Yes, don't be a coward. No, would you like to? I guess. Oh, hang on. Don't feel free. Maybe I should have been too hasty. Raya is going to eat that kid alive. And I'm a woman of my word. If you want me to tell you that you have to do this, I'm afraid you'll have to make that decision by yourself. Fine, I'll go. But I'll need another drink. That would be rather difficult. I already gave you a drink tailored to your quest, and my boosts shouldn't be mixed so irresponsibly right before an adventure. Ugh, so I'm just supposed to deal with this headache by myself? Yes. Very helpful, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Do you think something exciting will happen on your quest? Well, we'll see. I've got a good feeling about it. You reckon I'm going to slay another guardian? Maybe. That would be intense, right? What kind would you like to fight this time? Not sure. I feel like I've already met the one I was looking for. What would be a greater fight than slaying a wyvern chimera? You're right. I think that means it's time to befriend the Realm Keepers now. Wouldn't that be something? Which one would you like to meet the most? Gaia. Can't think of a greater honour than that. You? Gaia as well, but I feel like I should pick someone else, for balance. Cassiopeia, maybe? I'd love to ask her how she's doing right now. Maybe give her a hug. You'd be the type to give a dragon a hug. What does that mean? Well, it means you're lovely, I think. Something like that. So, fellow dragon enjoyer, who would you pick? No repeats. Oh wow, okay, so we got the choice. I think, because we keep mentioning Leviathan, I think Leviathan, the serpent of the primordial sea. Why? You like snakes? I do. I also enjoy elemental magic and swimming and chaos. What was that last one? Swimming. Right. But I suspect your quest will have its merits, even if you don't meet any of the Realm Keepers. That's true. I bet you and Raya will have a lot to talk about, and you can teach Archie more about adventuring. Not so sure about that. You're a great teacher. I've learned so much from you already, just by being your friend. Like how to say what I really mean. I'm still working on it, obviously, but I feel so much better when I'm being honest about what I want. You've been getting a lot better at it. Thank you. And Melly loves practicing with you too. She says she wants to ask Raya to build her a great sword of her own. So a regular sized dagger? Teaching someone to hold a sword is one thing, guts and bravery, something else. I'm not sure I can teach Archie something, I'm still practicing myself. You could always practice together. Yeah, speaking of practice, you going on a quest too, Elfie? I am. Aura and I are going to fix the Banshee and the Mari Morgan's relationship. Is that Sneaky Twister's new name? It is. Ain't you scared of the Mari Morgan? Only a little. Okay, maybe a lottle. Do you think she's going to drown me, or do you think the Banshee will? Maybe they'll reunite through the teamwork of drowning me? Probably not. I think you'll probably find some wacky as heck solution that no other person in the history of Dragonkind would ever have thought of. Like being a kind or whatever. I'd like that. And if all else fails, you've always got an insane air echo by your side to pull you out of the water. If he can swim.
He's sane.
Is he? Well, mostly. I think he's sad. And sadness can make people feel a lot of intense things. Like fear or anger or nothing at all. Anything that isn't sadness. It's easy to lose yourself in that, but there's always a way out, if you're looking. You taking that sheepfish thing along? Maybe? I think he might let him stay with Melina, so she isn't so alone. Or so he isn't at risk of losing him. Probably both. Not a bad idea. Would hate for her to be all alone while you two go chasing ghosts. Maybe we can send Grace over to check up on her. Or Hex? No. I guess if you're going with whatever the Drake's his name is, you'll finally be able to ask him about his cheesecake recipe. Cheesecake recipe? Melina mentioned he has a good one. I thought maybe he should show me how to make it. Sounds like a great idea. Ask him. You can use my kitchen if you want to. Really? That would be amazing. I'll ask him. Maybe. Andy will be waiting for you. On a completely different note, Lynn, what happened to those undead snails you wanted to check in on? Well, they're slow, ain't they? Still got a little time to stick around. So you'd say you'd like it here? Well, it's not too bad here. Thought maybe I'd even bring my cousin a souvenir. Hands off my trinkets. I ain't that Echo. I'll get her something from the market or the elf settlement. Maybe I'll bring you something back from her farm, Elfie. You mentioned you'd love to try planting some ghost berries. Either way, I'll stop by sooner or later. Don't want to risk of her turning into a werewolf and moving house. No, but seriously, if any more of my family members turn into dragon-forsaken werewolves, I'll be joining the Van Helsings. Still don't know if they kill werewolves. Don't care. Do you think I could come with you? When you go, I mean? I could gather the ghost berries myself, and I know a lot about snails. Yeah, you should. You got away with her family members. And the snails would love you. I have to agree. You'd probably make it a chaotic mess, but... a fun chaotic mess? Yeah. Seems like you guys did end up forming a party after all. Shut up. Okay. Anyway, it's late. Oh, yeah, that's Fable. Anyway, it's late. I think I should go back to the settlement and catch some rest. Karen, do you want to come with? Ain't sure I got any tips for you in return, but I can listen to you worrying. Yeah, you're good at that. Do you want to come too, Innkeeper? I'm afraid Andy doesn't do well in civilization, or alone, especially not alone. But I'll be eagerly awaiting your stories. We'll return with plenty. I'm counting on it. Good night, Len. Good night, Fable. Night. Good night. Is that everything? Is that everybody done? Is that the day done? Yeah! The day done. Lovely. Little chimes. Perfect.